Good day, everyone. Aliii here, March 3, 2025. What a sell-off today. Ugly session for S&P. Almost all sectors actually went down today. Pretty broad-based sell-off today. And we're just forming a bearish consolidation here on this trend line. Still, we are holding this trend line. I know we just got below SMA 150, which is not important, but we just got below Friday candle, which is very, very important, and bounced back up sharply after testing 5800-ish area. That is very, very important. We need to hold this area, otherwise we can go down. If we get below this January low, that means we are kind of like forming a lower low, and we can go to the downside. However, still looking at 57 to 56.67 as a very, very important level for the market for S&P 500. If we break in through to the downside, still I'm in that call that this correction or sell-off would be a buying opportunity, but this is going to be trading opportunity, not something that everyone needs to make something bigger out of it. This is just a trading opportunity, nothing more. And in especially March of 2025, we will see lots of volatility down the road. March is always crazy month for the market. If you haven't watched the previous years, I just want to go through this. This is the February. This is a COVID crash, and you see market just had a very, very ugly March at spring solstice or spring equinox. We got the moment of equinox, we got a reversal to the upside. Nicely, this is the bottom, March 23, 2020. And also here is another one. If I want to just make it very, very clear that this is March 2023. After this consolidation, we got into a nice rally and getting back all the way up to new all-time high. So all in all, I should say March is very, very important in a stock market. And usually when March is negative, and we are getting to the later part of the March, which is positive of pivotal point. April usually is a bullish month because we got a negative March and we get April positive. So that's why April has a very, very nice performance in the history of the stock market. But it doesn't mean that we're going to go all the way down to March 23, then getting back to the upside. I mean, like March is going to be very volatile, even if we get to the downside move. We need to see the price action. We need to see the pivotal points, and also we need to see all the all the important levels in the market. That's how I'm kind of like navigating through this market. So 56.67, 57.41 is the area that I'm kind of like looking for a reversal. If reversal is not made by today, we got a stochastic oversold condition. A bull reversal is about to happen. However, if we go to weekly chart, still weekly chart, we are not there yet. We are just at the beginning of a bear reversal. So this means any pullback, as I said, any tradable rally could be kind of like a selling opportunity or could be a sell. But this sell can go all the way down to here to this area, which is going to be 56 against 76 to 50,700. If we get below this, that would be very ugly. Still, we can go lower and we can go to 5,500, which is gonna be more than almost a 10% correction. And that would be kind of like still within this bullish momentum, because you see that here's the trend line, here's the trend line, and here's the pivotal point. So even if we get, I would say, to 5,500, 55.17, that is still in our bullish signal. So we may see some kind of like a rally to the upside. Something like happened in 2023, I would say. For 3 months, we got into kind of like a bearish consolidation. But after this weekly reversal, you see that market off to the rally. So we may see some kind of like a reversing to the downside to 5,500. And if we just put a measure from the top, that would be kind of like along with a 10% correction, which is not bad for a stock market, not bad at all. So I'm just focusing on this because everyone is getting kind of like anxious. Where are we heading to? Or this is the only trend line that we need to have. If we get below this, that means the bear market is here. I don't think the bear market is starting yet, but bear market can happen by later this year or next year starting. This year is going to be very volatile. If you haven't watched my forecast for 2025, make sure watch that video because I believe that's still the biggest correction can can have in mid this year. So stay tuned for that one. This is just the peanuts. This is nothing. We may see another rally. Potentially, everyone is going to forget about what's happening these days. But the bigger correction is coming. Is coming, and potentially in months of June, July, August, we will see market is a very, very, very hard time. Moving on to Nasdaq. Nasdaq is just the same as S&P 500. We touch SMA 20 on a daily basis and getting back to the downside. However, this trend line still, we have time to get here. It's not like S&P 500, 19,300 to 19,900. That's the area that I'm looking at for trend line to get touched. We may or we may not. I'm not sure if we get another kind of like a bearish capitulation to the downside. Getting back to the upside is like a V-shaped recovery because I believe that the recovery is going to be very fast. And here, this area is going to be very, very tricky if you break it through. If you just see my analysis on the weekend, I mentioned about this because we got a nice reversal on Friday, and I said potentially we are going to go higher to this level. And then we're going to see if market wants to go higher, push higher, or it's going to just go reversal to the downside. Seems like market actually didn't have that momentum yet. So we were kind of like a positive, almost 1% positive in Nasdaq today. We got into this supply area, rejected, and sharply getting back to the downside due to just the geopolitical news or kind of like a Donald Trump administration news, which is I would say it's going to be short-lived, and it's not going to be too much. The market reacted very, very anxiously, very aggressively to the downside, and right now, if we get kind of like a more sell-off to the downside, we can get to 19,900, almost around 20,000, and that would be kind of like the scenario if we see a reversing back up or bounce back up. That would be a great signal. We can get a kind of like a nice tradable rally all the way up to 20,800, even 21,000. But after that, we should see some kind of like a consolidation or kind of like a breaking through pullback for a next rally. This is getting less likely, but I would say, look at this. This is August. It's just getting back all the way to the downside. Everyone disappointed. I remember everyone was disappointed about the market, but look at the rally after that, just getting back to the upside. So we may see some kind of like a good potential buying opportunity somewhere here or even lower. I'm kind of like looking for that one, so we'll see. Nasdaq, Dow Jones is the same price action. It's still holding up this trend line, but it's getting more aggressive here. This is apex pattern, and either breakthrough is going to be very aggressive, very volatile. So we got into this lower low. Actually, we got higher high, lower low. So look at this. This is another type of pattern that is very, very aggressive. It means the volatility is increasing. So you can get higher high, at the same time, you can get a lower low here compared to previous days, which is a very aggressive pattern. Either breakthrough, it's going to be very, very sharp to the downside or upside. So we are still in this pattern. This is very, very hard to predict what's going to happen for the future. Moving on to gold, which had a good day today. So getting back to the upside nicely and testing this at 2,900 area. And right now, we just want to see another potential, I would say another potential pullback to this area would be a fantastic buying opportunity. 2,800, 2,785. That's going to be the area that I'm looking at for gold. So let's wait for that one because I believe that gold and precious metals are getting ready for another rally to the upside. Silver very nicely reacting to this level. So if you just look at this, here is the pattern. Here's the pivot, and here's the Friday session. Today we just got a positive momentum. We need to get above this $32. But all in all, I should say, I just even posted, I'm in love with silver right now because I believe that silver can have better performance compared to gold. And that could be a very, very nice scenario for silver to get back to the upside. Especially my target for silver is mid 40s, like a $44. That's a very, very possible scenario for silver. Moving on to crude, just getting back to the downside today due to news, OPEC news, still within this divergence in MACD. This divergence in the RSI is faded away, but this divergence in MACD is just going lower low, lower high. MACD is showing higher low, higher high. And as long as we are below 74, I would say we shouldn't be bullish on crude. But as soon as it gets above 74, we can make ourselves bullish, super bullish to the upside, which I think it's gonna happen. But we are kind of like early right now. We just need to hold above key levels, 61 to 65, and then $70, and then getting back above 74. So let's wait for crude, see which direction it wants to go. Moving on to individual names. If we want to talk about volatility, we should talk about this name, Bitcoin. What a huge run to 94. And if you haven't watched my video on Friday, make sure watch that one because we predicted about this level. This is fantastic. So after this, we got it that Bitcoin may see another rally to here to 94,000. And after that, we should just wait and see which direction it wants to continue. So far, the direction is huge reversal to the downside, and I believe this reversal means we gotta take out this pivot soon, and we get to 72, 76, even 66, 68. That's the level that I have for Bitcoin for the short term. So we will see how it goes. But right now, all in all, I'm out of crypto. Any name that you can name it. Ethereum, we bought it on Friday. We just sold off today, early session. So let's see what's happened here. And Ethereum just going all the way down to 2100 right now. It's very, very bearish signal. We just engulfed the previous reversal. It just barely touched this, breaking through to the downside, this resistance area, 2500, getting back to the downside. Right now, Ethereum is just struggling to hold this area or getting below 2000. So if it gets below 2000, that would be a very bearish signal for Ethereum because that's going to be in another scenario that we can go all the way down to this area. So there are lots of buyers here, but from 1000 to 2000, potentially Ethereum is going to just accumulate more energy for a nice breaking through to the upside. Potentially, that's going to be the area that long-term traders can buy Ethereum. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to bond yield. Bond yield is just crashing to the downside. It's just going lower and lower. Fantastic price action for mortgage holder, I would say, because the rates are going to go lower. This means we're going to see rate cuts are coming down the road. We got below 4%, and this means the rate cut is sooner than everyone is expecting. And here is a treasury. Treasury TLT just getting back to the upside nicely. Today just gapped down, but sharply getting back to the upside. And we may see 93 to 94 is coming down the road. That's a huge, huge run for Treasury. VIX just a spike up today to 24, rejected just the top. This is very, very important level. If we get above 23, close above 23, I would say 27 to 29 is coming, and that would be potentially the bottom of the stock market. So keep an eye on this level. If VIX is getting to 20, I would say 27 to 29. Let me show you here, 27 to 29. So this is the area that I'm just looking for a stock market bottom and potentially VIX top here. Dixie just getting down even today with a huge sell-off, usually dollar demand increasing, but today we just got a nice sell-off As I said, any rally could be a sell for Dixie. The dollar is getting weaker and weaker, and that's going to bring precious metals shiny in a shiny world. So we'll see how it goes. Apple just getting back to the downside, but after hours, all technology names, all I should say, names are getting back to the upside and bouncing back up. Seems like today's sell-off was just capitulation. That's all about it. And Amazon, just the same here, getting back below last week hammer here, but bounce back up. After hours, it's just 8 cents up. Amazon is in a weaker side. Meta, the same scenario, just a slaughter today, $6, 655. Microsoft is getting back down here, and after hours, even it cannot manage a very, very substantial bounce. I believe Microsoft, this area would be a great buying opportunity. 636 to 362 to 384. That's the area that I'm looking at to accumulate more. Google just getting down. Google potentially, if it goes below this 159, this one can go to 140. So we'll see how it goes. Netflix just forming a bearish consolidation here, nothing more. Tesla just a slaughter today. However, higher low. So this is kind of like the scenario that I'm looking at for Tesla. If Tesla holding up to 60 to 69, that is bullish signal for Tesla. So seems like it's just forming, struggling to hold this area. So if it holds this area, that would be very nice scenario for Tesla to buy. Um, I have it in my radar. I believe that this is forming the bottom. Any kind of like a capitulation to the downside would be crazy, but I would say Tesla can get back to the upside nicely. Moving on to SMH, which is semiconductor index. It just slaughtered today with Nvidia. Nvidia just slaughtered this. Even if SMH goes down here, there is going to be lots of support here, and I believe that SMH is going to test this low 214 or potential this bottoming formation here 200 area. So we'll see how it goes. SOX, the same pattern here, just going down, getting close to this important demand area 180 to 192. Taiwan Semiconductor, due to news today, it went down, but after hours just came back up. I believe this Taiwan is going to be a very, very good buy, especially if it goes to 155 to 164. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to AMD, which is getting lower today, $98 for AMD. This area, 92, 98, is going to be a huge buyer area, which previously formed this W pattern, getting back to the upside. Right now, we just got back here. So the previous rally formed here around this area. So I would say 92, 98. This is very, very, I would say, valuable level for long-term traders or investors. And also this stock is far away from its new all-time high, like a more than 50%, almost 60% down. And this was overpriced, and this is now underpriced. And if you want to just buy AMD based on the value, this is the level that you want to just accumulate more. NVIDIA just going down today. It's kind of like a forming a double bottom formation. Goes below this pivotal point, but bounce back up. However, NVIDIA, I would say, anyway, if you want to slice it and dice it, this is bearish. This is not bullish. I was getting bullish on Friday just because this candle recaptured trend line, and I thought that this is going to be just a capitulation. But seems like today is getting capitulated more. But I'm going to tell you one thing, folks. It depends on the level that you want to trade, or even if you're an investor. So if you're an investor, you should be happy about this. You're going to just accumulate more NVIDIA if it goes here 76 to $100. So if NVIDIA goes down here, this is going to be lots of buyers actually are going to come back here 76 to $96. Very, very huge level for investors and traders. If you are a short-term trader, sure, you can just put your stop loss here at this green bar here, 125, I would say, and short it. So any pullback to the upside, you can short it, but I'm not going to short it. I'm going to buy it. If it goes down, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna accumulate because I believe that if Nvidia goes higher, which it goes higher, then it's gonna be a super crazy run to the upside because the company still is generating money a lot. So there is nothing wrong to be long-term investor. Nvidia, the only problem is market volatility and kind of like anxiety that we can see within the market. If that and when that anxiety goes away, you will see that this stock is getting back to the upside nicely. So this correction is going to be always great buying opportunity for valuable names, not just regular names. Texas Instruments just getting back to the downside, but after hours, it just bounced back up 195.79. I believe that this is one of the names that hold up very well. Lam Research just going down, but after hours, again, it came back up and hold up so far $75-ish area. XLF, which is financial spider, just hitting new all-time high and then getting back down. So this is kind of like interesting to see banks and financials are still holding up very well. KBE, the same pattern here, just going up, but came back down like the other sectors of the market. KRE, bearish engulfing here. This is not good. This is bearish. JP Morgan, the same pattern here. Seems like after a bounce, they're going to just going for another lower price. Goldman Sachs already got below Friday session and getting back downside. If it goes below trend line, it can go lower. 550, which is going to be this pivotal point, top of this candle, bottom of this candle, and this gap, which is going to be very, very foreseeable scenario for Goldman Sachs. Bank of America after Friday's session, Friday high was fantastic. Today, even early session was great. But after that, it just got back down like the other sectors. Wells Fargo going back down, bearish engulfing there as well. Moving on to the GDX, which was positive, getting back to the downside, but closed positive today. Gold miners actually hold up very well, GDXJ, because of their nature, which is in a stock market, they're just getting down. But gold was positive today, and gold miners negative, as I said, because of their natures, which is trading in stock market. There are stocks, there are companies who are generating revenues. AEM, the same pattern, just getting back to the upside. Seems like this pattern finally breaking through to the upside, but soon actually it failed and getting back to the downside. Newmont, the same pattern here, just getting to $44, getting back to the downside. Gold Barrick, the same here, goes down. Moving on to the XLE, which is crazy, just getting back to the downside. All energy market just annihilated today. They just slaughtered going down XLE. Look at the candle here, just engulfing. I was thinking about the breaking through, but look what happened after that. Just going all the way down to 87. And right now it's just going down to 87, 82. Exxon, the same pattern here, still holding up 100 level, but this is crazy. This is one of the biggest candle in Exxon that I see after this or this. So this is crazy today. And Chevron is the same. Look at the large candle here. When we see something like this, it's just going all the way down. This is a free fall to the downside. And if it goes below this pivot, I would say Chevron can go all the way back down to this area. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, I'm sorry about my voice today. I'm kind of like a sick, struggling with sickness last 2 days, and hopefully I get better soon. Have a fantastic evening. See you on the chart. Bye bye.